Let me ask you a question. When you were growing up as a kid, did you eat cereal for breakfast? Well, I know I did. I think my favorite was Rice Krispies, maybe little rice checks, and hey, oh, how about Tony's Frosted Flakes? Those are some of the favorites I had when I was a kid, but what'd you eat when you were a kid? By any chance, did you get into some of those really colorful cereals, like Froot Loops and Apple Jacks and Trix and Lucky Charms or Fruity Pebbles? Maybe you didn't. But maybe you fed them to your kids. And if you fed them to your kids, well, there's something going on you might want to know about. You see, there's a problem with these cereals that are brightly colored. They have something called certified synthetic colors. You may have heard the terms like red dye number 40 and yellow dye number 5 and blue dye number 1. Well, it turns out those dyes may not be good for you. And as a result, people are starting to look at those cereals and saying, do we really need those dyes in there? We really need those colors, and that's what we're feeding to our children. Target stores out of Minnesota. Turns out that Target stores, starting in May, which is a couple of months from now, is going to quit, and I mean stop selling certain cereals that carry these certified artificial colors. So starting in May, if you want to go out to Target and pick up your Froot Loops, your Apple Jacks, your Trix, your Lucky Charms, your Fruity Pebbles, or whatever bright cereal you get, you're not going to find them on the shelves at Target. And it turns out that the other cereal makers have figured out maybe this isn't a good plan. General Mills has already announced they're going to remove their certified colors, they call them, from their portfolio of all of their cereals starting in the summer of 2026. Kellogg's, they're planning on doing it in 2027. Now, you're saying, well, geez, does that affect all the cereals you eat? No, not necessarily. The darker cereals, sort of like if you get some of those peanut butter ones, those they use sugar and they turn them into caramel. And you cook sugar long enough, you're going to get caramel. It's the colors they use, so they're not no certified colors are used in a lot of those cereals. The smartest thing you could do nowadays is take a look at the box. See if your cereal that you're feeding your kids has certified colors in it. Is it a good idea to feed your kids certified colors? Well, people in the medical fields are now saying, nah, this is probably not a good idea. You have no idea what those artificial certified colors, the red dye reds, the red dye 40 and the yellow dye 5 and blue dye 1, well, they're finding out that these dyes aren't necessarily good for your body and creating a lot of problems. Well, if you don't want problems for yourself or your kids, or if you're feeding your grandparents or parents cereal, you might get rid of those colored cereals. At least take a look and see what's going on. Now, are they starting to make new cereals with the same colors? Yes, they are. They're using certain fruits, certain vegetables, things like that. Like beets. You make things red with beets and other colors along that line. So, if you're concerned about what you're putting in your body, especially in your kids' bodies when it comes to the fruity cereals, nice bright colors, Lucky Charms look good. Certified colors. That's not very good. Target's going to stop selling them in May. And other stores are going to probably follow suit. General Mills is getting rid of the certified colors, and so is Kellogg's. But overall, folks, looks like we're starting to try to eat more healthy and stop eating what we've been eating over the years, because apparently it has not made us better. It has actually made us worse. And now you know.